Hi, I'm attorney Amanda Schaefer. Today I want to talk about improving interpersonal relationship skills. I just got back from my honeymoon, and at the insistence of my husband, who just got his MBA from Columbia, I started reading books about dealing with people. So I read over a break how to Make Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and now I'm reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I think that this is another incredibly important skill for everyone, but especially if you're a small firm, because you're dealing with so many different types of people. And I've wanted to improve on these skills for a while, and a lot of times when I talk to my husband about my theories on how to get people to do what you want or make a good impression, he's like, you should read this book. And it was a great book, and I am going to talk about some of the things in there because it doesn't apply in all contexts, but I've already used the methods since I've been back for a couple of days with a bunch of clients, and it's worked beautifully. The biggest thing that I found it helps with is dealing with disgruntled clients. So by just saying, I understand your frustration, I would be frustrated too if I were you. When you start off a response like that to an angry email, and I don't get that many, but especially when you're away and people want things done, you tend to get those. So when I started off in a manner like that, the responses are much more receptive, and then they end up being much more patient in the long run. So I'm trying to improve my skills here. Socially, it's better too. It's not going to help me in a courtroom, which actually is one of the things that I was surprised about in the book. There was a Supreme Court case talked about the lawyer in the Supreme Court who argued it took this class that Dale Carnegie, I guess they still have these classes. The book was written over 80 years ago. And he said that the judge said, isn't the statute of limitations 6 years? And he said, no, Your Honor, there is no statute of limitations. Then the guy goes on to say how the judge didn't like how he responded, and that he shouldn't have been, so matter of fact about it, even though he was right, which makes no sense. It's a Supreme Court argument. If he would have been like, I think it's this, or I believe you're mistaken, they would have said, I don't care what you believe, because this is a Supreme Court. We don't have time for your beliefs. We have time for facts. So you have to take the book with a grain of salt, of course. But so far what I've really found is that I really want to change just how I interact with people in general. I want everything to be positive, all of my interactions to be positive. I want to think about other people more, listen to other people more, and find things to praise and find things to point to that we have in common. And I'm pretty confident that this is going to get me a lot more business, because half the time, whatever percentage of time it is that we're spent dealing with people and convincing them to hire us or not to fire us, or, again, that doesn't luckily happen too much, but just dealing with all different types of things. And, I'm going to try with some opposing counsel too in cases to see if I can get people to do more of what I want. But I'm excited because this is a positive step, something that I've really needed to do for a long time. A lot of us do need to brush up on these skills and don't think about it, or don't think that there's not one right way to go about it. Yes, there are classes, but I didn't even honestly know there were classes till I read that book. So the fact is that it really has encouraged me, and I'm going to continue to try to find books like this and talk about them, because I think anyone who is a solo lawyer or a small firm would find these books helpful in dealing with people. Like I said, the first person that I sent an email to, it was an incredibly positive response. Now, the other thing that I'm looking at with this book that I need to figure out is that when you follow the methods, it seems to become very wordy, and as lawyers, we're taught to be succinct. So I have to try to be succinct without sounding aggressive or rude, especially in an email or a text where you know that the other person might be interpreting it differently. So, and obviously when that book was written, there was no such thing as email or text, so that these things weren't all taken into consideration, of course, but it's definitely something to build up. So that is all today for #follow Attorney Amanda. I'll be back next time, probably to talk about more interpersonal relationships, or to check back in and tell you how my campaigns have been going since I got back from work. We have a couple of things in the work I'm excited to talk about. Thank you for watching and have a great day.